Right now, there's a playoff game going on. Right now, it's
don't know the score.
It's the Bucks and the Miami Heat.
Yep.
So, real quick, do you think that the Heat have what it takes to upset the Milwaukee Bucks? I want to hear your takes on it.
You want to go first?
Yeah, I guess I'll go first. First and foremost, I want to start off the show by saying that in this series, I have Milwaukee winning in 5. I know you're a Heat fan, and I know everybody's giving me a lot of backlash for that. Right. But can Miami upset? Yeah. I mean, you saw in the regular season, I think Miami actually beat them in the regular season, had a better regular season record, or at least tied. Bam Adebayo is somebody that you can put on Giannis Antetokounmpo, build a wall. You got Jimmy Butler. You got Goran Dragic, who's playing really well. It's a deep team. You got a rookie, Tyler Hero, who can come hit shots. You got Duncan Robinson, who can space the floor. Jay Crowder is not a slouch. So they have the personnel to beat the Milwaukee Bucks. God forbid Giannis doesn't come to play. I mean, you're going to lean on Chris Middleton. No disrespect to Chris Middleton. He's a really good player, but you need Giannis Antetokounmpo to play and play well. So I think this series he's going to play well. Being the fact that a lot of people were making jokes in the regular season saying that the Miami Heat locked them up, which they did that 1 or 2 games. So I think he's coming, and I think he's gonna really get them out of here in 5 games. That's my opinion. But can Miami win and upset? Yes, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, those are good points. Well, I want to start off by saying shout out to these guys for letting me be on the podcast. Sure. Big fan. These guys have a lot of potential for sure. But can Miami win? Yeah, they could win. Anything can happen in the East, And I think I want to start by saying that I'm not sold 100% on Giannis as the guy. Like, he walks on the court and he's not LeBron, he's not Kawhi, he's not Kevin Durant. Like, it's not like true. If any of those players were on the court, it wouldn't even be a question, But these are the games that make Giannis. So last year bounced in the Eastern Conference, right?
Yeah.
2 years ago, I think semis.
Yeah.
MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, reigning MVP, possible MVP, back-to-back MVPs. This shouldn't even be a question, and we're questioning it. So I'm not sold on Giannis. So can they win? Yeah, Spoelstra's a good coach. The Heat are an actual team. Great players. Goran, Tyler Heroes gets buckets. Iggy brings that experience.
Duncan
He's
Robinson,
got chips.
no slouch.
Duncan Robinson shooting lights out.
Bam.
I'd say there's a 70% chance Bucks win. There's a 30% chance the Heat win.
How many games if the Heat win? How many do you think? You think it would
2 max? 2 max. If they win 3, there's obviously a game 7, and anything can happen in game 7. Barring injury, Giannis, everyone healthy, the Bucks are the clear team, the better team in the East. Like, out the East, Vegas has had them all year, a huge favorite to come out the East. So I'm gonna go with the Bucks in 5 if they're playing lights out. Bucks in 6 if Miami get a little hot.
What do you think, Joel?
You brought up a great point about people questioning Giannis.
That is true.
We question Giannis because he doesn't have a great handle. He doesn't have any moves. But he's so strong that he can get to the basket anytime he wants. But he can't shoot still, even though today he made a couple threes. So we question Giannis so much, and that's why it's hard for me to pick Milwaukee. Eric Bledsoe isn't playing right now, and I feel like that's actually a benefit. That's a benefit to the Bucks because there's no spacing on the floor when Bledsoe is there
because he can't shoot.
So now you have George Hill slotted in that spot. Now they have more spacing. But I'm just not sold on Milwaukee
as a team.
Oh damn!
I'm not sold on Milwaukee.
That's what's up.
I think I'm gonna pick the Heat to win.
How many?
And
games?
I'm gonna pick the Heat to win in 6 games.
Tripping, dog.
They're gonna win in 6 games, and I'll tell you why.
Okay.
Milwaukee can't guard the 3-point ball. I think Miami's the best 3-point shooting team in the NBA. And when it comes to guarding Giannis, they can guard Giannis.
They have individual defenders.
They can build a wall. You got Bam. You got Olynyk. You got Iggy. You got Crowder. You got Jimmy. You got real good defenders.
Yeah.
And then what? So let's say if Bam and Jay Crowder and these guys build a wall on Giannis, now Chris Middleton got to hit shots. If Jimmy's on Chris Middleton, I trust Jimmy to win that matchup on defense against Chris Middleton.
Yeah.
I'm just not sold on the Bucks because outside of the guys like Eric Bledsoe, I don't trust him at all.
He's nice. Eric Bledsoe.
He's not bad.
After what I seen last year in the Eastern Conference Finals,
he shot him out the games, right?
Yeah,
he completely shot him out.
Yeah, but that was Toronto with Kawhi. That's
but what Toronto did to Eric Bledsoe last year in the Eastern Conference Finals is what Houston has been doing to Luguentz Dort in the first round.
Let him shoot.
You just let him shoot all the time,
9, bro.
So
Bad.
I'm just not sold on Milwaukee because Giannis is gonna be Giannis. He's gonna be great on defense, but Chris Middleton was horrible against the Magic, and if he plays like that, it's over.
He was playing. Did you watch some of the game today? He's playing
well.
Good.
Very well. He's playing well.
Giannis, the thing about Giannis, I think what's gonna separate him, what's gonna bring him to like elite stardom, like get this, we need to lock this dude up, is a turnaround mid-range, like a mid-range shot, because he can go to the post whenever he wants. He can literally walk in there.
He's stronger.
He can shoot the three all right.
He's gotten better. It's not consistent. You'd rather him shoot.
If he can turn around jumper or baseline mid-range jumper,
it opened his game. I agree.
Unbelievable. He could shoot the free throw, so you can't hack a Shaq. So that would really, and just obviously winning. Like he's got to go to the finals. If he doesn't go to the finals, he can lose the finals, but he's got to go to the finals to be elite.
I agree. Is that much pressure
100%.
on him? You're number one team in the league record-wise.
I just think I'm in love with Miami as a team, even though I doubted them throughout the whole regular season. I didn't think Miami was going to be this good. But I mean, nobody knew they were going to get the best three-point shooter in the league in Duncan Robinson percentage-wise. Nobody knew who Kendrick Nunn was, and nobody knew that Tyler Hero was going to make this impact that he's making.
Yeah.
Then you add Iggy and Jay Crowder in trades,
and like the leap of Bam Adebayo.
Dragic is balling.
Dragic is good.
Yeah, like you got I'm in love with this Miami team because
and they play hard.
You know that they pass the ball. They pass the ball more than any team in the NBA.
I'm not surprised.
So it's not like they're unselfish. They're a great team. They're unselfish. They're coached really well by Eric Spoelstra.
But honestly, like $100 on it, you taking Miami?
I mean, I'm not a betting man.
Well, if you had to bet.
I'm not a betting man, so I wouldn't bet. If I had to bet, I don't even think I'd bet on the series because I think it's too unpredictable. I can't put my money on Milwaukee, and I can't put my money on Miami because they don't have the star power.
Yeah.
But Milwaukee has that star, but that star, I mean, if Giannis doesn't win a finals this year, doesn't get to the finals, we're going to be talking about a player that may be overrated, even though he has 2 MVPs and a Defensive Player of the Year. Like, if he gets an MVP and Defensive Player of the Year, that's going to be like the first time somebody's got it since Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
And we know he's nowhere near the level of impact as Jordan.
He's not better.
So he's getting these same accolades, and we're not even we're putting him in a conversation like me. If we're talking about top 5 players, I don't even have him in my top 5.
Damn,
Giannis,
you're bugging.
I mean, no, everybody's entitled to their own opinion.
Oh, yeah, of course, top 10.
You gotta get him.
But okay, top 5: LeBron.
Okay,
in order. This is in order.
This is not in order.
Just these are the 5 players that are better than him.
Kawhi.
Okay, LeBron, Kawhi,
Harden.
Okay,
He's
a Harden fan.
I got Luka.
Okay,
I got Luka over him.
Okay,
and then who's the other one? I'm forgetting about
Steph?
one more guy.
Anthony Davis,
Kevin Durant.
Just naming players. Dame?
No, yeah. I take Kevin Durant over Giannis.
Healthy Kevin Durant.
If we're talking about everybody healthy, Giannis might not be top 5.
Yeah,
because you got Steph, KD, LeBron, Kawhi, Harden.
Off the bat.
Mm-hmm.
Westbrook?
No, not Westbrook.
Westbrook's still good. He's no slouch. He's still pretty good.
And I guess Harden is debatable in that 5th spot. But I personally feel like Harden got robbed last year with the MVP. I mean, he had a historic season.
He did. 30 for 30.
Mm-hmm.
Bro, that was nuts.
36 points per game.
You're a huge Harden fan.
No, I love James Harden.
Why?
I love James Harden.
He's his favorite player of all time.
Damn.
He's good, though. He's a great player.
I'll tell you why. When I used to play 2K, I played 2K16, and I played this online GM, this GM league, and the player I drafted was Harden because he just fell, so I just drafted him. I swear, he was the most unstoppable player in the game. I was averaging 50 with him. I was really dominated with him, and ever since then, I loved Harden because I feel like he's one of the most underappreciated players in the NBA right now.
He really is, and I've watched your videos. Obviously, you're a big Harden fan. You can't knock him. Unreal talent. He's changed the game. That step back, side step back. All these young guys are adapting it. So he's changed the game. He's living. His prime was Warriors prime, so there was nothing he could do. He every year, exactly. I think, Houston's GM was like, every year I wake up and my first goal is how do I beat the Warriors?
To construct a team to beat the Warriors.
James, they were up what? You were up 3-1 when Chris Paul got hurt.
3-2.
Yeah.
Chris Paul not hurt. You got a shot. You got a clear shot of beating those Warriors.
And you want to know what's the thing that kind of hurts the most is that instead of fans appreciating a GM and a team to say we're gonna go up against these juggernauts. Because every team was tanking for like 2-3 years and waiting for the dynasty to play out.
Oh, yeah.
The Rockets were the only team that said, nah, we're going to try to beat these guys. Yeah. If we lose, we lose.
And I think they were the closest team to almost beat them.
They were.
Back-to-back years.
They were closer than LeBron when LeBron had Kyrie and K-Love.
There was one year where Houston was the number 1 seed in the entire Western Conference. Yeah.
No They won 65 wins.
And let me tell you, you know what's crazy? They made more threes that season than Golden State made that season. So they literally constructed a team to play the exact same way as Golden State to try to shoot.
They couldn't beat him.
Almost got him. If Chris Paul doesn't get hurt,
you can make a case.
No, there's an outstanding case that they could have won that series. They might have not won in 6, but I definitely, with home court advantage that year, they probably would have won in 7. That was the game where they fucking missed like 27 shots
in a row.
Yeah. I think if Chris Paul's there with his demeanor, with his experience, I think he's gonna try to rally everybody, calm down.
Point God.
Yeah, man, take control of the game. That's what Houston was missing, and a lot of people didn't point that out, but Chris Paul. You see what he's doing in OKC. He's a great veteran player.
He's amazing.
I don't know if you noticed, but every time you see OKC rushing or doing anything or blowing a lead or another team goes on a large run, Chris Paul rallies everybody. He rallies everybody, talks to them, boosts their morale, and that helps. And I think if, Chris Paul was there, seeing Harden and everybody struggling to shoot the 3, all right, guys, relax. Let's try to get into the paint. Let's try to draw some fouls. The 3 will come.
He's been there. That's why. He's
been there.
What do you got? He got 06? He got drafted?
Chris Paul was drafted
Rookie of the Year, right?
2005.
Like that?
2005.
2006. He was drafted with Darren Williams.
Yeah.
Dirty.
Same draft class.
Oh, yeah.
The Warriors, you can't knock them. Like, unreal. They were just unstoppable.
Nobody could beat them.
It was a two-headed monster, and they were 73-9. And when the
Kevin
three-headed monster came in, it was like,
it's ridiculous.
Like, let's wrap up the season, you know? But they were fortunate. Kawhi hurt, up 25.
Yeah.
Chris Paul hurt. Kyrie, Kevin Love, all those guys hurt. Now, if they were all healthy, who knows? Maybe they would have won, but
they got karma for that last year in the finals with how many people they had out.
Yeah,
Klay Thompson was out.
Klay,
Kevin Durant ruptures his Achilles.
What are the odds, man? The 1 year LeBron doesn't make the finals.
Yeah, it happens.
It's crazy.
I wish.
One more, man. One more for Bron, and he's the second best player ever.
James Harden is underappreciated. He does draw a lot of fouls. I know that gets a lot of fans upset, but I mean,
he's dirty, man.
Nice. Every great scorer draws a lot of fouls.
James Harden's nice,
so
man.
It's crazy that like fans want to take. They're like, oh, take away Harden's free throws. Then let's do it for Luka. Let's do it for KD. Let's do it for take away every great scorer.
If you take away Harden's free throws, he's still number 1 in the NBA in scoring.
Yeah,
it's like 29, 30 points per game. That 1 year he almost won it. That 1 year he should have won MVP. But
he's been robbed. I don't know about robbed because Curry that 1 year you got to give it to him.
Unanimous, yeah, of course.
And then I think it was
this year. I mean, I know he was in the race right for a little bit, James Harden, but this was Giannis's year. Last year they gave it to Giannis because his team had the best record in the NBA.
I think last year was very narrative driven, and the reason why it was is because I remember in the middle of the season, they were coming out with documentaries about like Giannis. And I don't know if you guys remember, but the documentary was called Finding Giannis.
Yeah, I remember.
And the documentary was scouts literally going to Greece or wherever Giannis was playing and scouting him.
Yeah.
So they were coming out with documentaries about Giannis and this whole background about like how he grew up poor as hell to where he is now. So everybody was like, oh, man. We want this guy.
I mean, for the most part, if we're being honest, everybody at this table knows around the NBA, Giannis Antetokounmpo is probably a more likable player than James Harden just because of his style of play.
For
so
sure.
That matters too.
Likable amongst the media.
Yeah, definitely. And the media drives a lot of these
NBA
votes.
Players voted Harden as the MVP. Yeah. They voted for him as the MVP in 2015 and last year. Lou Will was on a Gilbert Arenas podcast, and Lou Will was like, "It's no question, it's James Harden."
Yeah,
like no question. But obviously, like the media, they question it, and they're gonna pick Giannis. But okay, so
it was close though. It was.
I don't think it was close.
It was close, dude.
I think it was like a landslide in Giannis's favor last year.
No. Like in general, like
yeah.
like people's votes. It was close. Like you could have gave like you got anything against Giannis winning it last year, or you think he deserved it?
Oh, I do. I got a lot about Giannis winning it. I do.
Giannis.
I do.
I don't even think he should have won defensive player. I personally like AD.
Hell yeah.
AD
should have won.
And I think LeBron should win it this year, personally.
MVP? Well, you're a LeBron fan. I'm a LeBron. I would love for that to happen, but
but
he's not going to
I've
get
been
it.
honest. I've been honest. Like that Russell Westbrook year, you got to give it to him. Triple-double. James Harden, Curry. I've been honest. But this year, I think LeBron is the best player in the league.
Okay. That's fair. It's not anything that's crazy. What's the next topic?
So the next topic is the Celtics and Raptors.